I didn't know it was possible, but the AI coloring book problem got even worse. They are selling it in stores now. Look at these hands, so good. In this recent Twitter post, someone noted AI coloring books are now selling at Target. Another person on Reddit also found one recently, and you can see just the really bad, thick shading with, again, the terrible hands. Now, I always kind of assumed AI coloring books were purely just an online plague, but now this is proof that it has spread to the physical world. In case you don't know the extent of the AI coloring books plague, let me give you a quick 10-second rundown. On Temu, AliExpress, and Amazon, a ton of AI bros have flooded the coloring book niche with literally the worst coloring books I've ever seen. Okay, well, first up, this is on Temu, and they have an AI person modeling this AI coloring book. So that really speaks volume. And then there's this one on Amazon. Obviously AI generated, AI rendered images that will stress you out just trying to figure out what you're actually drawing. Nightmare fuel with low quality prints. How do you even color this if it's like so shaded? I don't understand. Yeah, I know they're terrible, but don't worry, this won't be a sad and depressing video because as an artist and AI art hater, I will show you what I did to counter the amount of AI art, I should say AI images, we see on the internet. Okay, I know the cinnamon bun has nothing to do with what we're talking about right now, but I just drew this and I'm kind of proud of it, so I'm just gonna put it on screen. Anyways, before I reveal my master plan on defeating AI coloring books, let's first dive into enemy territory, because I gotta show you some very bad AI books I found. Alright, so this is the first one that I came across on Amazon. You can see here, it's got that very typical, everything is molding together AI look. This snake one, I feel like I can name 10 things wrong with it. Basically, all of their tongues, whatever this is, the body somehow twisting in on itself. Same thing with this one. Again, I don't know what is going on here. I really don't know what that is. And by the way, nothing in the description saying that it's AI generated. So kind of like a lack of honesty there. They know they're doing something wrong, but they just don't want to disclaim it. All right, and here is another one. Wow, okay, let's escape into AI Paris. Although this one kind of looks like Japan or something. By the way, I found this account through a sponsored ad, which means they are paying Amazon to appear higher up when someone types in coloring book. So, Jesse over here knows what's up. 1 star. The artist isn't even really an artist. Yup, and just a lot of 1 star. People realizing that it's AI generated garbage. And Frederick, shout out to Frederick, he knows what he is talking about. Caution, all AI content with many mistakes in the book, do not buy. Oh no, we can see here that the AI creator has now tried to make a cute style coloring book. They marked it as stress relief. Again, I feel like this is giving me more stress. Just in case you forgot, AI art steals from actual artists. And since these coloring books are unfortunately actually selling, these people are actually making money from the stolen art. Now, whenever I talk about something not so pleasant, I always like to add a nice glimmer of hope and throw in a fun, positive twist and end the video on a good note. So to counter the amount of AI slop I see on the internet, I will add some human to the online art coloring community by completely designing, making, and publishing a coloring book on Amazon by myself to show you that yes, it is very possible to do it without AI and it will look 100% better. So let's go. Step 0 is to pick a platform. Now, even though there are a ton of AI coloring books on both Temu, AliExpress, I am not rich enough to start a coloring book empire and outsell Temu and AliExpress. I'll say that straight up. However, it is possible with Amazon KDP. Also, this is not sponsored by Amazon, okay? It's just Amazon KDP allows you to self-publish books, but I have been using them for a while. I made these journals as well as this life planner, and just in case you don't know, the thing about Amazon KDP is once you're finished creating your book on your iPad or your computer, you just upload your PDF version onto Amazon and they will turn your PDF into a physical binded book. And once someone chooses to buy it, they'll print it and ship it for you. Side note, you can also make some profit if someone buys it, and if anyone out there buys this coloring book that I'm about to make, you already know all that money will go to a yacht party and you're all invited. So that means step 0 done. We're going with Amazon, and let's move on to step 1. Step 1 is pick a topic. Now, we saw a lot of anxiety coloring books, and I don't know about you, but the AI anxiety coloring books made me even more anxious with all their messed up lines. So I thought to kind of play off that, I wanted to make a coloring book that is actually stress relieving and not a pain to look at or color. And just so you can see the true behind the scenes for everything, or if you also want to stand in solidarity against AI coloring books, I'll try and make it more of an easy to understand step-by-step process. So if you also want to make your own human human coloring book art for the internet. Even if you have zero experience and no inventory, I will try and make everything easy to follow. So now that our topic is selected, I'm gonna go on Bookable and do some keyword search just to make sure people are still looking to buy anxiety coloring books, or if these AI anxiety books just absolutely ruined it for everyone. So I'm now here on Bookable and I'm gonna go into keywords and type in anxiety coloring books to see what kind of keywords we can look up. Or I guess more specifically, I can look at what kind of keywords are trending on Google and I can't talk. And on Amazon. So on Amazon, for some reason, 16 coloring books is trending. I don't know why that specific number. Ooh, okay. Adult anxiety coloring and adult anxiety coloring books have quite a lot of searches, 3,000. And then in Google here, again, adult anxiety coloring book, very high, very high, very high. Okay. We are anxious. People are anxious. I am anxious. Now over here in products, I typed in coloring book anxiety and the lowest price is 5. Highest is 30. Okay, maybe we can meet somewhere in the middle. And over here on the side, we can see a lot of great keywords that we can use when we're posting it on Amazon later on. All right, so teens are anxious, adults are anxious, we're just all anxious. Don't worry, I got you, all right? This book is for us. So now that step 1, pick a topic and research is now done, let's move on to step 2, which is drawing the interior. So because we are doing a coloring book, I don't need to use these Bookable templates, but they do have a lot of like journal templates or tracking logging templates if that's what you're doing. But because I am drawing the coloring book, I'm going to freehand all my designs. So to make sure everything is the right size, I do all my formatting on Bookable. It's super simple because they just have like this template ready for you to start drawing. And because Amazon is so fickle with the exact size of your PDF because they are printing it for you, you definitely want to make sure you get the sizing right. First up was the cover, and I ran into some troubles kind of right away. See, I feel like this is why we need to do a little bit of a test run, because this cover is actually giving me anxiety. It is doing the complete opposite. So I'm just gonna try again and hopefully we get a better cover. Okay, I think my problem is it's a little bit too muddled. Maybe I just need like a clean, precise, simple cover. Okay, I actually drew this duck one a while ago for a poster, but I was thinking maybe I could kind of rearrange it, redraw it a little bit, and it can make a pretty cute cover. You know what? On second thought, our first coloring book, that was already kind of a water cover. And then this duck one, I already have a cover on my notebook and it's already a poster. So I feel like doing this again, it's a little bit lazy, you know? We gotta step up our game. So I'm gonna do a completely new cover again, even though this is kind of cute, right? Okay, we're gonna say goodbye to it. Okay, really rough cover. I kind of like this one. It reminds me of like a very nice nostalgic childhood. Good color palette, very anti-anxiety if you ask me. Okay, hi, sorry. I feel like I was talking a little bit fast before, so let's slow it down. Let's look at me fail at drawing this star for a while. But overall, I really liked the way that this cover turned out. I think it really fits the entire vibe. And of course, everything was drawn with the glossy jelly. It did not let me down because look at how good, how cute, how nostalgic, how anti-anxiety. It's just, I really like this cover. I like how it turned out. And I put it back on Bookable to help me format everything. And again, we can see it fit perfectly with the Amazon templates. And now it was time to move on to the interior. Also, quick reminder, I will end up buying this coloring book for myself to make sure everything is in good quality and in good shape. And, you know, I just want a stress reliever sometimes. Oh, and also, I kind of want to surprise my mom with it and be like, hey, guess what? I made this. I think that would be cool. Oh, and maybe we can even celebrate at the end with a celebratory bread baking, because you know I love baking, right? And maybe to celebrate a non-AI coloring book hitting the Amazon market, maybe I do deserve a fresh loaf of bread or like a tray of crispy biscuits. Anyways, I'm getting way too ahead of myself. I haven't even drawn the inside. Okay, so for the interior, I plan to make it very different from the first coloring book that I made last year. The one I made last year is fun holidays throughout the year, and they were more like intricate yet easy to color scenery, but I wanted to do something different for this one. So this one, I decided to have 5 different types of coloring pages. The first one is a circular scenery or cute image. The second type is a positive affirmation with some cute animals. The third type is a large cute animal or food of sort. The next one is like a positive affirmation award like most improved or most positive. And then the last one is just a very satisfying pattern to color. That one's my favorite. Now I'm not going to show all the pages just in case you want to be surprised by some of them, but these ones are my favorites. After I finished drawing the interior, that took several days, I uploaded them all onto Bookable and clicked save as as CMYK PDF because that is the format that Amazon likes the best. Again, super easy, and now we have an organized PDF file that we can directly upload to Amazon. So let's move on to step 3, publish. So publishing is actually quite easy, so we can just breeze through it. It just involves a lot of filling out basic information like title, author, which you do need a last name. So I just did Viyaura Co, even though it's just me. Description, and I gotta admit, my description skills suck. Like, I could definitely use an upgrade. Tell me why I wrote stress be gone. Like, that's kind of cringe. I mean, I was even considering it for the title, which thank God I did not do that. I regained some common sense. And one of the important parts is keywords. Now here is where the research part on BookBolt came in handy because we're going to compete with the highest ranked keywords in attempts to show up above the AI anxiety coloring books. We'll find out if we do or not. And then the most important part is uploading the PDF, and this took like 5 seconds because again, everything was packaged for us. And then comes the money part. Now I made it the same price as the first coloring book, even though there are a few more coloring pages in this new one. But again, I'm not doing this to become a coloring book millionaire. I just want this to rank higher than the AI coloring books. So I'm only gonna make like $2 if this sells. And then after clicking publish, it went under review, which can take a while. So I'll be back in a few days and let you know if we are approved. Okay, it was approved. I just bought it and I'm gonna give it to my mom once it gets here because if there's anyone more stressed than me, it is her. But I'm probably the one stressing her out. So sorry and thank you, Mom. And also, thank you, capybaras and pigs over here on my desk keeping me company because whenever I'm drawing, they're just like over here staring at me. And also thank you to BookBolt for sponsoring this segment. I have been using them way before this video. Like again, I made these journals, this planner, and again, the first coloring book. So I do truly use them. So listen, if you also want to join me in posting human-made books on Amazon, you can use this 20% off lifetime discount code for BookBolt. Just make sure you use the code HelloViyaura at checkout, and you can also try out their 3-day free trial and explore their research and design stuff. And I will see you in a few weeks once the book is in my hand. Alright, here's the final book. I was definitely not going to make you wait too long because I was excited to see it, so I'm sure you are too, and here it is. I just still can't believe in 1 second it was just like a PDF on my iPad, and then now like I can actually hold this physical book that we made together. The margins, the spacing, the coloring, the printing, everything turned out as expected. It looks very good, but I am most excited for 2 things. Number 1, I'm going to surprise my mom with it, and number 2, seeing if we have ranked higher on Amazon above the AI anxiety coloring books. So I took some photos of the book and I sent it to my mom. I did end up showing her the actual book after I first sent her these photos. After on, I just didn't have it on video, but she really liked it. Just a quick heads up, her texting is very dry. Like if I'm a bad texter, she is even worse. Like I know she was very excited to see it, but her texting does not really show it that way, which totally understandable. I feel like, you know, I am also a dry texter, so I can't judge, but overall she gave it a 10 out of 10, so I'm happy because she is happy. And next up on the to-do list is to check out Amazon, so let's go. Okay, I'm now on Amazon, so I'm gonna type in coloring books, anxiety coloring books for adults. Okay, all right, so the first line, these ones are all sponsored, so I guess that doesn't really count. And then we are met with the AI one first, unfortunately. I scrolled a little bit and we can still see the AI ones. Okay, even more AI ones. Okay, I'm on page 2 and there's even more AI ones. You know, I feel like maybe because I just posted the coloring book like a few days ago, maybe a week ago, it's still like kind of updating. So I don't know, it might be too early to tell. Actually, you know what? If you were watching up to this point, can you go on Amazon and just type in like anti-anxiety coloring book? Let me know if mine shows up. Who knows? Maybe by the time that this video comes out, it's pushed up a little bit and we have taken over these very bad AI coloring books. Alright, so even though we may not have completely overtaken the AI coloring books on Amazon, a little bit goes a long way. So not only did we see some of truly the worst coloring books, but we also went through a complete guide on how to make your own non-AI coloring books on Amazon KDP. Again, if you also want to give it a go and potentially even make some money with your lovely fully human-made art, remember you can use Hello Viyaura. And overall, personally, it just feels like such an accomplishment to put something out that you put in a lot of effort in, that you have a lot of passion in, onto the internet and just to share with people. So I don't think this will make a lot of sales, and honestly, I don't really mind. I just hope that this inspired you to continue creating and to let you know that your art is very much welcomed and appreciated, and don't stop doing it. And I think that is all from me here right now. Bye!